In the world of sports, athletes are often revered as heroes, celebrated for their exceptional talents and remarkable achievements. However, behind the glitz and glamour, some athletes have found themselves entangled in criminal activities. Number 5 on this list is American footballer Ryan Leaf. He always had a troubled history with the law. In 2012, Leaf was sentenced to 5 years in jail after pleading guilty to burglary and drug possession charges. He was also accused of breaking into his ex-girlfriend's home and assaulting her. In 2008, Leaf was accused of stealing medication from a player's locker while serving as a coach at. Number 4 on this list is Darren Sharper, a former NFL player who was a 5-time Pro Bowler. Some newspapers called him serial rapist and was sentenced to 20 years in prison in a case in which he was accused of drugging and raping as many as 16 women in 4 states. Sharper, who played for the Green Bay Packers, and many other teams, pleaded guilty to the charges and said he made heinous decision. He has been serving his sentence in jail since 2024 and will be released in 2034. Number 3 on the list is Hope Solo, a former goalkeeper for the U.S. women's national soccer team. She was arrested on 2 counts of domestic violence, misdemeanor child abuse, resisting arrest and impaired driving. One of the incidents occurred at a family gathering at her sister's house in Seattle, Washington. Solo was accused of assaulting her half-sister and her nephew. The case was eventually dismissed by a judge in 2015, citing the unwillingness of witnesses to testify. She was also charged with the driving while intoxicated and misdemeanor child abused. She pleaded guilty to the driving while impairment and was sentenced to 30 days in the prison. Number 2 on the list is Oscar Pistorius. South African Paralympic gold medalist Oscar Pistorius reportedly shot and killed his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp, on Valentine's Day in 2013. Pistorius claimed that he had mistaken his girlfriend for an intruder and shot her through a locked bathroom door in self-defense. However, the prosecution argued that the shooting was premeditated and that Pistorius had intended to kill Steenkamp. Pistorius was found guilty of culpable homicide, the South African equivalent of manslaughter, and was sentenced to 5 years in prison, which was later changed to 13 years in prison. Number 1 on the list is former professional American football player Aaron Hernandez, who was convicted of the murder of Odin Lloyd, a semi-professional football player, in 2013. The investigation into Lloyd's murder revealed that Hernandez had a long-standing dispute with him, and that the two had argued at a nightclub 2 days before the murder. Hernandez was seen on surveillance footage with the victim on the night of the murder, and his DNA was found on a cigarette but found near the victim's body. In addition, the murder weapon was found in a dumpster near Hernandez's home, and a witness testified that Hernandez had asked him to dispose of it. Hernandez died by suicide in prison in April 2017, while serving his sentence for the murder of Odin Lloyd.